Ladies and gentlemen, friends and family of the graduates, faculty, gathered alumni, and honored guests, it is an honor to open these commencement exercises of the year 2019, the 9th year in our school's history. Tonight, we are gathered at the close of another academic year to confirm that all of these members of the class of 2019 have completed Anthem Preparatory Academy's course of studies, an accomplishment which we, the assembled faculty of the Academy, are proud to attest. Tonight, we celebrate this great achievement and graduate our seniors. It is tradition that the leading member of the class is invited to deliver the farewell address or valedictory speech. The valedictorian, selected by the faculty, is the bearer of the single highest honor that the school can bestow on any of our students. This year, the Academy recognizes co-valedictorians, Ms. Sabrina Seifert and Mr. Noah Beddard. Both of these students began their Great Hearts education as many of my 5th grade students during the year of the wild hair. I have taught both Ms. Seifert and Mr. Beddard many times over the years and have come to know and appreciate both of them very much. First, Ms. Seifert has served the community well over the years. She is confident and outspoken advocate of the students. She always presses herself to surmount every obstacle and has continually shown a desire to help those around her, whether in or outside of the Academy. Her enthusiasm and spirit will be missed in our halls. I now welcome Sabrina Seifert to the podium to give her valedictory speech.
Thank you, Mr. Goodrich. Good evening, everyone. First and foremost, I would like to personally congratulate the class of 2019. Give yourselves a hand. Just 4 years ago, we wore those Oxford shirts for the first time, and today for the last. Only, we aren't the same people anymore. We have changed, matured, and have grown into the young adults we are today. This evolution is thanks to many people around us and the people we've encountered during high school, and I would like to take some time to recognize a couple of them. To begin, I want to thank all the families here tonight. Thank you for being there for and taking pride in your graduates throughout their high school careers and throughout their lives. I know that your confidence in them and your love for them means the world. I would also like to take a moment to thank my own family for loving and supporting me always, and for inspiring me to put my heart and soul into everything that I do. Thank you for coming to every choir concert, soccer game, tennis match, and for constantly reminding me that I can be anything that I want to be and do anything that I want to do with a little hard work and dedication. And of course, our school would be nothing without its teachers, staff, and faculty. The entire faculty is so caring and hardworking day in and day out. The educators within this school genuinely care about the success of every single one of their students. Many of these selfless individuals get to school hours early to prepare and tutor, stay late to offer even more help, run clubs, fulfill after-school activities and duties, and after such a long day, you think these people would be eager to get home, but you'll see the same teachers at the basketball game later. This just goes to show how, honestly, outstanding our teachers are at Anthem Prep. The teachers we have here aren't merely lecturers. They're their student supporters, mentors, as well as leaders and cultivators of school spirit and culture. For all this and more, I would like to sincerely thank the entire Anthem Prep faculty. Your unrivaled commitment to your students has made me and the graduates before you who we are today. And for that, we are grateful. Thank you. I would next like to recognize my friends and classmates, Anthem Prep's class of 2019. I'm not going to exaggerate and say that we were all best friends, but I will argue that throughout the past 4+ years, we have become a family. We know each other's faces, names, and personalities. I know for a fact that I've had a conversation with every single one of you at one point or another, and although we might not get along all the time, I've shared moments, classes, and memories with each one of you that I will never forget. I can say with confidence that whether we were the best of friends or not, I am grateful to have had you in my life, all of you. Again, I argue we are like a family. No family is perfect, and you're often closer to some than you are to others. But at the end of the day, you appreciate each single member, and you wish the very best for them. And so, I reiterate, I am grateful to have known each and every one of you, and I will never forget you, and I wish you the very best in all of your endeavors. Now, the words I've spoken thus far on this stage tonight have become part of your memory. I'm never going to say them again, and even if I did, I could never say them in exactly the same way, nor would they affect you the same way, because you've already heard them. The moment is gone, but is forever in your memory. And high school, too, now is only a memory. You'll never be dress-coded for wearing the wrong colored socks again. You'll never play un dandin in Spanish, get hit by Mr. Curry's marker cap, or splatter paint all over yourself in art ever again. You won't need to ask to go to the bathroom, ask your parents to sign you out, and actually, you don't need to come back to the school ever if you don't want to. You'll never experience your first day of high school, and today, your last, ever again. You will never have classes with, eat lunch in the commons with, and explore Washington, D.C. with these same 38 people who you've grown up with ever again. You'll never be right here, right now, ever again. And yes, it's sad, but this is just what makes moments so special. Each one is unique and fleeting. It will never come again, so now they are memories. And as we all prepare to close one chapter of our lives and begin the next, I encourage you to cherish all the memories you have made thus far, to appreciate and learn from your past experiences. But at the same time, I urge all of you to live now, because before you know it, in another 4 years, you'll be in a completely different place. And this moment right here, and these people right here, will be just a memory. So thank you, faculty, teachers, fellow students of Anthem Prep, for all of the memories. And I hope that you live every day like it's your last. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Seifert. Now, Mr. Beddard. Mr. Beddard has a quiet compassion towards all except those who have found themselves deserving of his smoldering righteous indignation. In his time with us, he has served our community very well in ways including supporting many struggling students through peer tutoring and by comforting many a downtrodden classmate. He is beloved by all and will be missed by all. I now welcome Mr. Noah Beddard to the podium to give his valedictorian speech.
So hello everyone. Tonight has been incredibly exciting. But before I get into my speech, I do want to thank a few people. Firstly, I want to thank my parents for the steadfast kindness that they have always given me, always encouraging me to learn in every way I can. I also want to thank the incredible teachers of Anthem Prep for inspiring us all to seek the truth in every way possible. Without your efforts, many of us would have been unaffected by the gravity of what we have learned, Whether it be contemplating the nature of the soul or balancing an equation, a love for learning can be kindled by the excitement of the teacher concerning the truth. And lastly, I want to thank my friends, the class of 2019. It still blows my mind that we're officially graduates. After all, some of us have known each other ever since the 5th grade, or even prior to that. But now, upon this day, we must depart. While this is a time of immense sorrow, it's also one of great hope as well, a hope for the future, of coming opportunity. Yet, we still shouldn't forget the memories and the lessons we have learned that have brought us to this point. So you know what? We should go down a trip down memory lane. For good old time's sake, might as well. In the beginning, there was freshman year, a time of transition. From start to finish, much of that year was enjoyable. After all, this was when we first began our humane letters class. Many of our friendships from middle school continued to flourish, and puns were still socially acceptable, especially in Miss Guthmiller's class. But you know what? One of my favorite memories actually happened in my poetry class. They see where we're going with this. So one day, we were writing a poem about a pillar that Mr. Goodrich had pushed down, and it shattered into about a quadrillion pieces, which is a story for another time. But, so we were writing this poem, right? And the entire class was in an uproar, because we were trying to rhyme a line that ended with the word fall. So, in that case, we were squabbling, and after about 5 minutes, a student who was dear to us all, Nicole Shibata, quiets the class to a dead silence. And then she, with unflinching hesitation, says, "Let's rhyme fall with pillar." Down to the letter. While this memory is very fond to me, I think it also brings great moral insight. Don't be afraid to speak up for what you believe to be right, even if the results aren't what you anticipate. After all, in the end, you might be brought close to live truth. And yes, we did use that line in the final version of our poem, and it was amazing. So, next was sophomore year, and it was both the best of times and the worst of times, in the words of Charles Dickens. It was during this time when many of us really started to think about college, which I would say leads to a little bit of stress. Also, this year was, at least for my class, the year when there was 11 ladies and 2 guys in choir, which is about as awkward as you might think, but it was good nevertheless. But one memory that will forever be burned into my mind is the final problem of the pre-calculus midterm in Dr. Brungart's class. I think everyone struggled with that test, except Sneha, of course, but other than that, yeah. But you know what? Throughout all these situations, there was something to be learned. Perseverance in seeking the truth, while possibly and probably painful, will always culminate into a worthwhile reward. No questions asked. Even if the good is locked behind difficult moral quandaries or practical ideas. In relation to junior year, it was an era of opportunity and investment, while still having its fair share of good fun. I will never apologize for the fun I had discussing philosophy that year. But what can I say? Most of it's Greek to me. But in truth, one of the times that I think brought our class most together was the final project of Mrs. Shields' physics class. During that time, we were studying the nature of sound, right? So we had to prepare a song. And we chose Here Comes the Sun by the Beatles. And you know what? While not all of us were experienced in the realm of music, especially me, there was no judgment. While there might have been some treble along the way, there was only encouragement. And if I may be honest, this was only a singular instance of a mindset that most of us had adopted for the entire year. That being, calm guidance can inspire all to traverse the odyssey of life and give them the opportunity to explore new ventures. It's this mindset of humble understanding that we have learned. And now here we are, at the end of our senior year of high school. If I may be honest, some of my favorite memories with y'all come from the senior trip. For instance, when there was that 3-hour delay for our plane ride to DC, no one complained. Rather, as a community, we came together and made the best out of a situation we were given. And as a confession, it was a lot of fun. And of course, who could forget running back to the metro after seeing the monuments by night? If I may say, thank you again, Mr. Wood, for finding a certain person's wallet who dropped it along the way. You saved her a lot of stress. But in truth, one of my favorite memories has to be that of the final seminar. I think it was then when we were closest. Because no matter how we differed in opinions or beliefs, everyone was given a respectful hearing. From this, I think we can derive a moral lesson that's invaluable. Being able to listen to others, even if you disagree with them completely, while still being able to care for them, is a sign of true maturity. I think we've all learned that. I'm proud to say that. As one chapter ends, another must begin. No matter what you pursue, I know that each and every one of you will achieve it with excellence, always seeking the good, the true, and the beautiful. You know, I'm proud to be a part of this family. I wouldn't have traded it for the world. All the friendships we've made, all the memories we've created, they've only bettered us. Unintentional pun there. If I could be predictable, since y'all know me and my nature, and quote Psalm 139:14, which says, I praise you because I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful, and I know this well. Don't forget that. Don't forget that you're wonderfully made, each and every one of you, with a purpose in this world. Well, tonight, we must go separate ways. The memories we have made over these past years will ever remain in our souls. You know, we've all been given a pen in a way. So go on and write the rest of your story, chapter after chapter. And you know what? It'll be done well, because we're the class of 2019. Thank you for listening.